Sweeping. When you scroll through YouTube, you see a lot of learn sweeps in 3 minutes, the best sweep exercise for beginners, become a sweep god in only 3 days kind of videos. Some of these are good, some not so much, but there's one key element often missing in those exercises: the music. That's why I did my homework and searched for sweeping sections in famous metal songs, which are perfect for beginners and also demonstrate the best practice on how to use the sweeping technique musically. Here we go. Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? I'm Justin Hombach, back from my practice dojo, and welcome to today's video. Before we begin, let me explain to you in 30 seconds what actually the sweeping technique is. The sweeping technique is a picking hand technique that is based on the apoyando picking, or in other words, the rest stroke. When we are going to another string, instead of lifting the tip of the pick in the air after each stroke, we rest the tip of the pick on the string that we are aiming on. With that little extra force, we can sweep through the strings without doing an extra movement. Often used to outline arpeggios, but there are also players that are using this technique to play scales and other licks. Then it is called economy picking. This approach has some pros and some cons, and I made a whole YouTube video about if you rather should use economy picking or alternate picking. You can watch the video right here. So for all the solos that we are going to discover in today's video, I provide you the tabs for free. Just check the link in the description box, there you can download it. And now let's check out some famous musical demonstration of the sweep technique. Number 1, Metallica, Leper Messiah. This was the first sweeping section that I have learned 20 years ago, something like that. And I always, as a kid and nowadays as well, love this kind of energy of the ascending sweeps that perfectly blends together with the rhythm guitar and gives the song a really nice touch, because it's actually more kind of a darker and more edgy kind of Metallica song. But this solo lighten up things a little bit and give it a little bit of kind of different flavor and different type of energy. We are basically building up the whole song to that solo, and then Kirk is sweeping away with some really cool sweeps, some really cool 3-string sweeps that were my first sweep that I've ever learned, so I highly recommend to check them out as well. Number 2, Children of Bodom, Towards That End. Well, that's how you start a song. In Toward That End, 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢 perfectly demonstrates how you can combine melody with sweep arpeggios. He easily just could have played the root note of that melody. Ba 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 da, da 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 da, ba da. But that's kind of boring, so why not filling the space that we have with outlining the arpeggios? It also gives a really nice additional layer and flow to the whole melody, because the melody is mostly based on 8 notes, and with the arpeggios we're adding 8-note triplets to it, so we are increasing a little bit the tempo, and this just gives a really cool flow. And still, it is not super fast yet, so it is quite good for beginners to learn. Up next we have Etude number 2 from the ZEN of Sweeping. Yeah, alright. Don't hit the X up there. I know. Putting my own work into this list is a little bit selfish, yes, but I perfectly know how hard it can be to understand and to learn the sweeping technique. I was struggling a lot when I did the Leper Messiah's arpeggios really in my early days of playing guitar. But once it made click, a whole new world is opening for you. And after years of experience in teaching that technique, I designed the ZEN of Sweeping. A big online masterclass that will guide you through your journey of mastering the sweep technique. With more than 15 musical etudes, I not only show you how to execute the sweeping technique fast and clean, but also demonstrate you how to use the sweeping technique in a musical context, so that you can sweep through your next solo like all the masters that we're going to discuss in today's video. And especially etude number 2 was one of the first etudes that I wrote back in the day to not only pimp and boost my sweep playing, but also to help so many students worldwide over all these years to fulfill their sweep journey. I really love this etude because it follows beautifully the melody of the chord progression, because yes, you can have a melody in a chord progression, and yes, of course, you can sweep that melody. If you want to learn it, in the link in the description box where I provide you the tabs for all the solos, I also provide you with a full lesson and backing track of the sweep etude number 2 from the ZEN of Sweeping. But that's not all. With the current deal, you can get the ZEN of Speedpicking, my big online masterclass about speed picking, 50% off when you buy the ZEN of Sweeping. So check the link in the description box and get the ZEN of Sweeping now. Number 4, Trilogy Suite by Yngwie Malmsteen. Yes, Yngwie sweeps, but mostly 2-string sweeps, like here in the Trilogy Suite. And now don't think, it's only 2 strings, so that's probably easier than the 3-string sweeping. No. Don't underestimate 2-string sweeps. That can be quite tricky because we have to reposition our right hand really fast to the lower string where we're starting with. Another really good example on how to use this musically would be, for example, as well the song Rising Force from Yngwie. Number 5, Jason Becker, Altitudes. You might think, wait, Jason Becker sweeps easy and for beginners? I mean, yes, we are increasing the difficulty level a little bit here with every solo, but after releasing my full lesson about this song several years ago and seeing how so many of my students conquered and mastered that section, I realized, wait, that's actually pretty good for beginners or people who start learning the sweeping technique. In Altitudes, Jason perfectly blends 3-string sweeping and 5-string sweeping, demonstrating that sweeping can be like a musical wave, growing and shrinking and creating that really interesting cascade of notes. Number 6 is My Will Be Done by Unearth. That was my introduction into combining sweep-arpeggios with a different technique, in this case tapping. Playing ascending 5-string sweeps and then leading into a tapping part on the higher E string can create some really interesting and cool flavor and color, and you can spice up your sweeping a lot with including different techniques like the tapping techniques. With the tapping technique included into your original sweeping shapes, you can create some more modern sounding arpeggios, because now you have the possibility to add some interesting intervals to it, like the 9th or the 11th or the 13th. If you're interested in more licks and patterns on how to combine sweeps with a different technique, then check out the ZEN of Shred Patreon Academy. There I teach the nice lick on how you can combine sweeping with alternate picking. With only $5 a month, you will be part of the best shred community in the world. Check the link in the description box. Number 7, Rhapsody, Unholy Warcry. First metal CD that I ever bought with my own money as a teenager. Symphony of Enchanted Lands Part 2 by Rhapsody. And the opener has it all. Dragons, an evil force rising at the horizon, Christopher fucking Lee and 𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗 playing some epic sweeps on top of a rock in front of a huge castle. What else do you want as a 13-year-old? This is epic as fuck. And seeing and listening to this the first time, I realized, oh god damn it, I want to play some epic sweeps like that as well. And to come full closure, I will do, because Rhapsody has reunited as a new banner, as a new formation with the OG members Patrick Garth, Alex Holdsworth on drums, Dominic Licquer on second guitar, and of course the legendary vocalist Fabio Lione. And as the duty of lead guitar player, Luca Turilli was not able to do it, so I'm going to do it. Yay! So I will play those epic sweeps that influenced me as a teenager soon live in front of people with the OG members of Rhapsody. And I'm super excited. The first show will be headlining the festival Power of the Dragon Flame here in Germany on the 28th of December. So you better be there if you don't want to miss that. And I better have to practice because I definitely don't want to fuck that up. Anyways, in this sweep section, Luca Turilli is combining 3-string and 6-string sweeps, and it's outlining a really fast chord progression, but also in a really fluent and extremely cool neoclassical kind of way. So if you are a fan of neoclassical shredding, definitely check out the sweeps from Unholy Warcry by Rhapsody. Number 8, Nevermore, this godless endeavor. One of the coolest sweep-arpeggio shapes that you will learn in your guitar journey is the diminished shape. And the true master of this shape is none other than Jeff Loomis. In the epic title track from Nevermore's 6th CD, This Godless Endeavor, Jeff plays a bunch of really interesting cascading diminished arpeggios that he is descending chromatically, and he is playing all of that accompanying his vocalist Warrell Dane, because there Jeff is demonstrating in a pretty cool way that sweeping does not only necessarily have to be a solo technique for guitar solos, it can also be used as an arrangement tool where you can fill a verse or a chorus where somebody is singing over it with your sweeps underneath it. Just imagine it like the violins and a certain orchestra part that are playing some really fast arpeggios while any other instrument is playing a melody above that. With that you will get more kind of an accompanying usage of the sweep arpeggios, and that's really well demonstrated here in This Godless Endeavor by Nevermore. Number 9, Cacophony, Black Cat. Black Cat was the first time for me where I expand my sweeping horizon from 3-string sweep arpeggios to 5-string sweep arpeggios. Especially the second part of this section showed me how epic it can be when you take one chord and you sweep through all the different inversions. Together with the triton substitution, this section feels like Son Goku charging all of his energy. So fucking epic. Number 10, Eternity's End, Arcturus Prime. Of course I have to talk about my own power metal band Eternity's End here. Of course, the main composer and head of the band, Christian Münzner, is a master in taking the music of Cacophony, or let's say for example Racer X, and bring it back to life in a modern kind of way. And in our epic song Arcturus Prime from the latest record Embers of War, we have all that you want when it comes to the sweeping technique in one song. Harmonized sweeps, reverse sweeps, sweeping and tapping, epic chord progression underneath it. So many cool things are going on there. So if you want to have the full dosage of sweeping, then check out Arcturus Prime by Eternity's End. And if you want to tackle these sweeps, then again, the link in the description box. There you will not only find the tabs for all these songs, you will not only find lesson and backing track for the Sweeping Etude number 2, but you will also find the whole transcription, the whole tabs for the complete song Arcturus Prime. Alright, so much about this video, about 10 really cool, easy beginner sweeps that will help you to improve your sweeping technique in a musical way. I hope you liked this little video. I would love to see you in my next video, so you better subscribe to this channel. And with that, cheers and power your progress.